When I first started weightlifting, there were barely any gyms where I could train. I even got kicked out of a few gyms for dropping weights, back when the public knew nothing about Olympic lifting. These days, it's much easier to find gyms to do Olympic lifting, with gyms such as CrossFit gyms, powerlifting gyms, strength and conditioning gyms, high performance gyms, whatever you want to call them. I'll just call these gyms performance gyms. So are these performance gyms really that good? While on the surface, performance gyms are great. They have bumper weights, platforms, a community of lifters that aren't stupid enough to walk behind you while you go for a heavy clean and jerk. But there are still several disadvantages to performance gyms. In this video, I want to go over the reasons why commercial gyms are actually fine and the problems with these performance gyms. But before we get into that, I now have programs on my website. There's a squat program, weightlifting program, and even a powerlifting program. If you're interested, the link will be in the description and comments. When I first started weightlifting, there was no such thing as bumper weights in random gyms. Nowadays, it's commonplace to find bumper plates in most gyms. Some commercial gyms even have weightlifting platforms, power racks, and basically all the equipment you need to become a world champion. If you don't believe me, here's a clip of me cleaning 220 kilos in a commercial gym.
Come on! Still clean.
I've been to many commercial gyms with Eleiko equipment. Yes, even colored Eleiko plates and a platform worth thousands. There's no reason why Lasha couldn't come to one of these gyms and snatch 220 kilos. Of course, this isn't the case with all commercial gyms, but you'll be surprised with the amount that actually stock good equipment. So one of the most important things is the opening hours of a gym. A gym is useless if it's closed. CrossFit gyms, weightlifting gyms, etc. usually have terrible opening hours, especially on weekends. Most of them close on Sundays, which is a day when most people have a lot of free time to train, and they typically only open for a few hours on Saturdays. In addition to that, a lot of them have classes that run throughout the day, meaning you can't train during those hours. If there's an event like a competition, then the whole gym is closed for training. Commercial gyms have great opening hours on both weekdays, weekends, and holidays. A lot of them are even open 24 hours. Performance gyms only have good opening hours if you have the privilege to be friends with the owner. If you're someone like me who is well known with a big social media following, you'll have an easy time getting access to these performance gyms. And I hate this. I just want to be treated like a normal person and pay like everyone else. If you're just a random person, it can be incredibly hard or impossible to get access to these gyms. A lot of these gyms don't have a simple payment method and are very loose on how they operate. They usually don't have a clear membership price listed on their website. They don't have a payment kiosk at their gym, or they might only offer classes and are closed off to the public. Usually you have to log on to a social media page, message the owner, explain who you are and what you're doing, ask what time you can train, whether you can bring a friend, and then hope they allow you to train in the gym. It gets really weird. Usually they're very expensive as well, sometimes triple or quadruple the price you pay for a commercial gym. Another negative is that you'd be paying triple the price for a poor facility, often in some unhygienic, broken down warehouse or shed with no air conditioning or heating. Most of them are also located in car-infested places, far outside a central location, so you'll need a car just to get access to them. So even though performance gyms usually have better equipment, they're useless if you can't train in them. Another thing I noticed is there's always some type of drama going on in these gyms. They don't allow some people to train in their gym because they are part of X gym or club. The toxicity in these gyms really turns me off a lot of the time. At least with commercial gyms, it doesn't matter if you're cloak off or just someone who casually does Olympic lifting. You can show up at the front door, pay, and you train. It's that simple. Everyone is treated equally and there's typically no drama. Now, of course, all of this doesn't apply to every performance gym. I've been to amazing gyms in the past few years which don't have any of these problems. If anything, this video is a criticism of performance gyms and how they can improve. Commercial gyms have their disadvantages too. If you want in-person coaching for weightlifting, you probably won't find that service in commercial gyms. Also, in commercial gyms, you can get in trouble for filming or dropping weights. I've heard many times from people training in commercial gyms that dropping weights is banned, even when there are bumper weights and platforms. So it's really hit or miss. So summing up, whenever I'm looking for a new gym to train in, I always look at the opening hours, the price per month, and whether I can even access the gym. These are important things you have to check before you get excited about joining a performance gym.